Guys, so you might be wondering how in the world have I got 50 mpg. Now let's take into consideration a couple of facts and aspects. First things first, I have left when my battery mileage was on 6 miles per hour, a total of 303 miles, and my MPG is 50.3. Now I'm not sure if that's a lot of MPG or not, but I think it's fairly okay. Now this include what you'll call a mixed driving inside the city, also on the highway. On the highway I was actually driving with 70 miles per hour where possible, so it's not like I drove it, so to speaking, to hyper mile it and only drive with like 50 miles per hour or so. Now the way I was able to do that, and as far as I have seen, the best thing to do is to always make sure you have some charging left in the battery, and I usually have between 6 and 12. Now the way to do that is, if you go to this button here on the right side, and then you select the mileage, the energy reserve you want to have left, and then you turn it on. Now when you turn the car on, it will be on off automatically, and then you just have to go here every time you leave. I know it's a bit of a workaround, so to speaking. It will have been nice to be able to keep the settings, so when you turn the car on, the settings should be on whatever energy reserve you will have had choose prior to turning the car off. But hey, it is what it is. Now that's tip number one. Always have something, either 6 miles or 12 miles or something like that. Not just that, but obviously it does help with the car going between EV and the ICU, the internal combustion engine. If it is to go in here and also to the flow, every time you're gonna drive, you will be seeing this on the screen, which technically shows you the flow, the power flow. Now another tip is, at the moment, as you can see, the car it's in parking mode. Now tip number one will be, you can change from driving to the B, which is regen mode. So the tip number one will be, when you're on a highway, or or if you are driving on like a dual carriageway or whatever, where you don't really need the braking, just make sure you always have it in D mode. As far as I've seen, again, I might be wrong, it does get a bit of a better MPG. Now every time I am wanting to kind of brake and all that, instead of hitting the brake, I put it on a B mode, right? And the reason I do that is because it's automatically putting energy back to the battery, but also braking at the same time. So this is a good tip in order to kind of make sure you're not going to overuse your braking pads, as well as at the same time you're going to get a better MPG. So the only thing you'll have to do is click on the button, boom, and every time you do this, it's gonna change from a B mode to a D mode. It's not a lot, to be honest with you, and it does save some battery. Now another thing that I wanted to explain you guys is, if you go to the statistics, it will show you the MPG. Now for some reason it shows me 10.7 MPG, which is definitely wrong. What I do not know is how in the world can I actually set up the MPG here to show me the right stuff. Or maybe the 10.7 MPG it's real, but then given the fact that it's putting battery, technically power back in the battery, you know what, it will be nice to have some sort of a mixed kind of power, or like a mixed MPG, something like that. I don't know, but 10.7 not a good MPG. Now as you can see in here, it's a 50.3. Now due to the nature of my job, I drive around busy cities and all that a lot, and what I often tend to do is get stuck in the meetings, whatever, and I have the engine on. And as you can see here, for the past, let's see, 567 miles, I actually have 46.2 MPG. Now that's UK MPG, first things first, and second, that includes me, when I stop for like ages. So that could may as well potentially include like me, just sitting in the car with the engine turned on for like an hour at least. Another interesting aspect is if you go through the strips, you'll be seeing the zero emission. So apparently, you know, 27% of the time we have been driving on electric. Now if we go to the MPG, well, I suppose, you know, 27%, that will bring it potentially maybe down to the actual MPG. I don't know, man, but 10.7 MPG, it's I don't know, I don't know how to read this. If you guys know, please do help me out. If you know how to fix this, please do help me out. And what's the correlation between them? It will be very interesting to know. Apart from that, guys, you know, thank you very much for watching. You guys are amazing all the time. Oh, another thing, we got an update for the maps and all that. So you know, stick through, hit the subscribe button, also the like, why not? And I will show you how we're updating this map. Again, we have another video where we're doing like the entire update, which, to be honest with you, last time I wasn't very surprised, sort of speaking. It wasn't anything, you know, I haven't felt much of a change, to be honest with you guys. But yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye now.